In the beginning of the movie, we are introduced to Pantanawittaya School from Bangkok. It is very popular for being the strictest school in the world. It is said that even the most notorious of students are straightened when they graduate from here. The school has only 427 strict rules that have to be followed on by each student. These rules are so vast that an entire book has been published to it. If anyone find disobeying them, is sentenced to harsh punishment like isolation, bodily harm, and even death. Because of this, everyone in the school always remain in fear. They can't have their personal opinions and look lifeless. They just act like a puppet. On the other hand, the teachers are cruel and heartless. They always want to hurt the students. Hence the whole school has lost its beauty and everything appears in black and white. No can bring colorful things inside except the school principal, who always wear a bright pink suit. One day, a new girl named Nanno arrives at Pantanawittaya. She is a cheerful girl who likes to have fun everywhere. But as soon as she enters the place, everything around her suddenly turns into black and white. After she goes to her class where a teacher asks her to introduce herself to everyone. She greets her new classmates but they just reply with a fake smile. Then the class starts and Nanno gets her seat near a shy and quiet girl. She tries to start a conversation but failed. She unpacks her stuff and accidentally drops her lipstick, which is dark red color. This affects the black and white environment and all her classmates are shocked. The teacher gets distracted and before she can notice, the quiet girl picks it up. Nanno hides it inside her bag and thanks her. Later the school in charge Lisa arrives with her minions. She is revealed to be the cruelest teacher. Every student is so scared of her sight that they immediately wet their pants. She has come to conduct a random bag search for hidden colorful things. When Nanno's turn comes, she tries to explain that going through someone's personal things is an invasion of privacy. However, the in-charge forcefully snatches her bag and goes through it. The entire class holds their breath and expect the lipstick to be found soon. But to their surprise, it's not there. The clever girl has somehow concealed it somewhere else. She smirks quietly as Lisa leaves with disappointment. Shortly after, she starts showing her true self. She is actually a rebellious girl whose only motive is to change the customs and rules of the school. She doesn't care about studying or making friends, all she wants to punish the teachers and make them pay for their crimes. For the first step, she brings out her lipstick and puts it on her lips in front of the whole class. Everyone is stunned to see her breaking the rule. In the following scene, Nanno is sitting with the quiet girl at the school canteen. She advises Nanno to be careful with her things. She tells her the incident of two students who were sent to the scary repentance room for breaking the rules. But Nanno is not scared of this and starts laughing like a mad. She catches the attention of Lisa, who also happens to be around. When she sees Nanno's colored lips, she instantly wipes it off and takes away her lipstick. As a punishment, Nanno is forced to memorize all the 427 rules from the book while standing in the scorching heat. Lisa also appoints her followers to look at her. Nanno starts reading and laughs at each and every rule. This catches the attention of other students and teachers. Lisa gets angry on her behavior. Just then she brings out a lighter and burns the whole book. Everyone gets shocked and calls her mad. But she announces there is no rule that says you can't burn the book. After this she is dragged to the repentance room where two speakers are blasting the all rules on her. But this has no effect on her and she seems to be unworried. She laughs and enjoys her punishment. The next day, she is already back in her class. This time, she is wearing a green ribbon as a sign of defiance. The whole class is shocked to see her back so early. Nanno says that she has memorized all the rules and is not scared of the repentance room. She declares if all of them broke the rules they could have a big party there. The conversation slowly starts to interest her classmates, but just then Lisa comes there. She is also surprised to see her cheerful face. Lisa warns the girl to abide by the rules, but she says this school sucks. At this Lisa gets furious and takes her to the repentance room once again. She decides to give her a very severe punishment. She flashes extremely powerful lights into the poor girl's eyes. She forces her to utter the all 427 rules. The punishment goes on for the entire day. In the evening, Nanno is back to her classroom. This time she colored her hair completely purple. All students praises her hair and seem to be on her side. She is succeeding in the mission that she came here for. Later she is taken to the repentance room again for her mistake. Lisa asks her what she wants. Nanno starts laughing and says she wants the entire system to be changed. All the rules that have stopping the students from the freedom have to be abolished. Hearing this, the in-charge loses her cool and pulls out Nanno's tongue with a plier. However, amid the extreme pain the girl can't stop laughing. Later, As Lisa's staying in her office reminiscing about her day, a new student Yuri comes to her. She introduces herself and reveals that she knows Nanno very well as they both studied in the same school. Then Yuri requests Lisa to make her the head inspector of the discipline security to keep Nanno under check. But Lisa doesn't believe her, so Yuri brings out her phone and shows a group chat of all students who are planning to start a revolt. She reveals that she used a fake identity to track what the students are up to. Now Lisa is impressed and finally agrees to make her the head inspector. In the following scene, all the students from the group chat are punished. They are made to kneel down the whole night. Within the time, Yuri starts gaining over Lisa's trust and gain access to her office. One day, she breaks into her office and goes through some confidential documents. It's clear that Yuri is also up to something. Meanwhile, Nanno is once again back to her class. She can even speak without having her tongue. When she reaches her desk, she finds an envelope. It is wrapped in a red ribbon with words "Top Secret." Nanno smiles and excitedly opens the envelope. Then the scene changes to a few hours later where she is going somewhere with a bunch of posters. On her way, she comes across Yuri wearing a similar ribbon like the envelope one. This reveals that Yuri is the sender behind the secret files. Nanno seems to be in a hurry, so she tells her to get out of her way before leaving. After a while, she reaches the top floor and decides to paste a few posters there. But for her bad, Lisa comes there and stops her. She asks her what is depicted in those posters, and Nanno replies her with a smirk on her face. She says it is all the information about the school corruption. Every year the government and several other organizations donate millions of dollars to the school authority to improve the facilities. However, not even 5% of those funds are ever used. The school continues to be as dirty as ever, the rooms are damaged and the food is totally garbage. It is evident that all the school authority is keeping the money for themselves. Hearing this, Lisa gets worried and tries to grab the posters. But Nanno doesn't let go and they both get into a brawl. Meanwhile, Yuri is recording all this hiding in a corner. After a while, she steps forward and suddenly pushes Nanno down from the balcony. The entire school is scared and traumatized by Nanno's death. Then Yuri throws away all the posters down and lets the students know about how corrupt the school system is. She also sends the video recorded earlier to the group proving that Lisa is responsible for Nanno's death. The plan works, and as soon as the students go through the video, they become enraged. In a moment they turn into animals and starts running after their teachers. Lisa is already caught, and like the others one, she is bound and beat up. Later, every teacher is brought to the main hall. Yuri is acting as the voice of the students, comes forward and declares that the rules will change. For years the students have been suppressed and tormented badly, but now all will be end. The teachers have to act according to new rules, and if someone does not obey will be punished in the repentance room. Then she asks all the teachers to write down their confessions on a paper. While most of them accepts, Lisa starts laughing and refuses to confess anything. This enraged the students and they put her on a chokehold to teach her a lesson. In the heat of the moment, the student doesn't realize that she has stopped breathing. After everyone finds out that the boy has killed their teacher, they suddenly turn on him. Some of them say that he should be sent to the repentance room, while others demand his execution. Suddenly the principal arrives there with a gun in his hand. He threatens each student to stand down and freeze the captive teachers. Following this, the principal gives a choice to the students. If they confess their crime and takes a promise to never be disobedient again, he will forgive them. At this, many cowardly students start pleading forgiveness, but some of them remain silent. The principal gathers all the rebellious students at one place to punish them. At first he calls Yuri, as she was the one started all this. He brings out a sharp knife and tries to execute her. But just then, surprisingly, a bloodied Nanno appears. The girl has miraculously come back from the dead. Then 3 other types of Nanno show up there. One has her tongue cut out, one is wearing a green ribbon, and the other one is the Nanno who had just arrived at school. It reveals that every time Nanno was punished, a new version replaced her older self. This shows why she was always back in her class despite being locked inside the repentance room. The 4 Nanno lock all the doors, trapping the scared teachers. Then the version of Nanno who had just died recently confronts the principal and threatens him to put the gun down. But he replies no and is about to pull the trigger on her. Right then all the students turn on their smartphones' cameras. They go live stream and record their evil principal, who is ready to kill his students at the name of discipline. This finally scares the principal and he drops the gun. Just then the students swarm him and take him down. Meanwhile, Yuri tries to run away to save herself, but Nanno stops her. Hence the entire administration of the school is brought to their knees. Now the students don't have to live in the fear of being punished. They can be carefree and mischievous like normal students. In the last scene, Nanno locks Yuri in the repentance room along with all the teachers. Now her motive is completed, so she decides to depart the school forever.